Hey, I just wanted to share with you. I've been getting back into black powder shooting, and before I shot only rifles, and so this is my first pistol. And it's been a few years, so I wanted to share what I got here. So what I have here is a 1860 Army Colt replica made by Pieta, which is an Italian maker. And this is loaded. I keep it loaded. You can see that I have the caps on it. And I really like this thing. It's fun to shoot. And I've been really enjoying what I've been learning. So my wife and uh, I don't like the holsters that you can buy in stores. They're too expensive and they're kind of I don't really like them. We'll just put it like that. So this is the holster that we made out of leather. This is leather that was bought at a shoe manufacturing plant that went out of business, and then the buckles from, I think them's from Tandy, and this is a tie down strap. It actually comes undone. You can pull this string out and you can actually tie it around your leg. And what we had done is we made the loop too long, so the gun hung too low, so we cut it and simply sewed it right there, and that's plenty strong. The whole thing is sewed together, but I think it looks neat, and this little deal there. And then I've worked to put together a field bag for my pistol. And this is just an old leather bag that my wife's mom had made probably 15-20 years ago, and we found it in our stuff, and so I wanted to modify it to hold all my field stuff. First thing I got in here is just old tea towel. It's a white cotton rag. You can buy these, what is it, a couple bucks for a dozen in Walmart.
$7 for 6 of them.
$7 for 6 of them. So this is slightly more than $1. That way, if you have to cut something up to clean or whatever while you're in the field, you've got something, or you need to lay it out so you can do a little something on it. And it's fine. You can cut it up, use it for cleaning, wiping, cut off pieces and swab the bore if you want to. This is just a CVS peel bottle actually, but it's got a little rubber O-ring seal right there, keeps moisture out. And I just put my percussion caps in it, and it's an easy, compact way. Them cap tins that these things come in are very fidgety, and out in the field you pop them apart, and sometimes they're so stiff that you end up throwing caps on the ground, and you end up hunting in the dirt and the leaves for dropped caps. But this, just got a little rubber seal, twist it together. I got it on a little leather thong. Just drop it right down in there. This is my field strip kit. I got it tied up kind of like a mule manty to keep it together, but it just goes down in there. If you open it up and roll it out, I've got a little brass brush with a fine brush, a nylon brush with a little fine small nylon brush. I got this little This is plastic. This is not, this is a heat resistant plastic. I bought it at a gun show with this other stuff. I think this whole thing right here costed me about $12. But this gets you the ability to get up and around inside there and clean out in there, you know, with a little, and it ain't abrasive enough to scratch your finish. And metal rod holds your bore swab or your bore brush. It's just a little brass rod with threads inside there to twist on, and you got a little hammer. This hammer is for this wedge fit right here, and you just give it one good little solid whack. It's neoprene on one end and rubber on the other end. It don't mar your finish or damage anything, and it really knocks that pin out, that little wedge out pretty good. And this is a screwdriver. It's just a small screwdriver. It's kind of junky, but it's cheap. It costed $1. So no, $2. $2 at Walmart, and it's a fine enough convex hollow ground screwdriver, and it fits right in them little screws nice and fine. If you lose it or if it becomes a problem, break it or whatever, oh well, it was a couple of bucks, no big deal. This I bought at Cabela's, right at the shop down there on 45 headed towards Galveston. I got the 25 grain measuring whatever tube. So I used 25 grains in this, and I think that's what shoots the best out of it. Now that's 25 grains by volume, not by weight. And this looks kind of neat. It's got a cannon on it. This thing was $36. It's kind of expensive, but it's got the little where it opens up the valve inside there. Boar butter, but I'm changing from boar butter to a homemade solution that my wife and I just made, and it's about 2/3 Crisco, 1/3 beeswax, and I poured it up into some tobacco tins that I'll be using instead of this boar butter. Not that I have a problem with boar butter, I just want something a little stiffer, so I use that beeswax. Hopefully it'll be a little more firm for you know, the heat down here in Texas. This is old lead rounds, spear lead round box. The only reason why I carry this is if I have to take this apart in the field to clean it, I can put my screws inside here and close it up, and they're not going to go anywhere if I accidentally knock it over or anything, and I don't lose any parts that way. That's all it is, just a little storage box. This little dowel rod, I was using it to make paper cartridges, but when I bought that, that's so much, I don't want to sit around making paper cartridges, and that's just as fast anyway. So I just use this to, when I put a percussion cap on, I just use this and give it a little push, make sure it's nice and snug on there. This little leather bag, this is good because when you're walking through the woods, it don't rattle at all like lead balls in this thing does. This rattles very loud, and if you're hunting or whatever, you don't want to make a loud noise. So I got this where you just do that, open it up, and there's your little 36 caliber. They're actually 375 caliber lead balls. And this is just a round piece of leather with some holes popped in it and a string run all the way through it. And it gives me the ability to just kind of cinch all that up. And then tie it up so they don't get out. But they hide in here anyway. And this right here, sorry about that. This right here is just a piece of very soft black leather. And this is for when you do your field cleaning or whatever. You just take and get you a little of your homemade lubricant and you get it on there, and you can just polish the outside, and you don't have to waste rags because this thing's usable a million times. You're never going to use it up. And all that goes right here into this little bag. If there's any comments, please leave them below. And thanks for watching.